All right, Wild fans, welcome into Facebook Live. The More You Know with Joe, joined today by Wild goaltender Hunter Jones, the former Minnesota draft pick, second-round selection in 2019, the 20-year-old netminder. Jonesy, what's up, bud?
Oh, not a whole lot. Just enjoying the summertime and the weather and eager to get back for sure.
Where are you?
Right now, I'm just back in Brantford, Ontario with my family. Spent the summers here and just been training away back home with my goalie coach and just trying to get as much done as I can for the following season. But yeah, back home.
Brantford, of course, the hometown of the Gretzkys. Are there signs when you pull into town that say the home of Wayne Gretzky, the Gretzky family? Like, do you see a lot of Gretzky stuff in Brantford?
Yeah, I mean the community center rink is actually named after him. Like, it's the Wayne Gretzky Center, so it's pretty cool in that regard. I mean, everybody kind of knows that Gretzky was from Brantford, especially like everybody that is growing up in Brantford. People usually like always aspire to be like that, and especially with Walter passing. Walter was great with the community and stuff like that, and he was always at the rink, so that was kind of cool for me as a young guy, and even like the young guys that are still playing. That when Walter was still around, he was always at the rink and saying hi to the hockey players, but he was great. And yeah, I think the Gretzky family is very well known here in Brantford.
9-9-1 in your first year in the AHL. Obviously, it was a very unique season with all the COVID protocols, the shortened schedule. But it seemed like you got more comfortable in net as the year moved along. Is that fair?
100%. I've really evaluated my season after it was kind of over, and kind of just take a look back and see how I played. And obviously, I wanted my first 10 games to go better. But I was just saying to our goalie coach in Iowa, Mr. Bachman, I was just on the phone with him the other day. I was just talking to him about, I was just wishing that we had more time, more games to, I was really heating up near the end of the season and starting to feel like I was really starting to turn myself into a bit more of a pro goalie and not so much of a junior hockey goalie anymore. And, I was looking forward to, continue playing. And it was, especially with the group we had, we were starting to heat up at the right time, and we were winning a lot of games at the time. So it was going to be good. And yeah, I learned a lot during the start of the season, and just hoping to keep that momentum that I created at the end of the year to, move into this season and have a good season with the team.
How important is the goalie to goalie coach relationship? You mentioned Richard Bachman. It was his first year as a goalie coach. He had just retired. He had time in the ECHL, the AHL, the NHL, playing overseas. So a great wealth of knowledge, a good sounding board there for you. What's that relationship like, and how important is it?
Oh, it's great. I mean, it definitely is important, especially it's kind of like your person at the rink that you can talk to, and goalies are unique people, and they vary from being completely weirdos to being fairly normal than the stereotypical hockey player. So I mean, having that goalie coach to goalie relationship is pretty cool, and just gives you someone to kind of talk to when you come to the rink, because you don't usually like go and hang around with the assistant coaches and stuff like that. I mean, you say hi and whatnot, but I mean, the goalie coach is usually your guy that you talk to the most on the ice. And it's cool to kind of develop that relationship with him too, especially like you said, him being his first season as a coach. He really wanted to, make it a two-way street, kind of give him what I was thinking, and he was going to give me the feedback of what he was thinking and stuff like that. And obviously we were two completely different goaltenders, and he's going to teach me a bit more about his style of play when he was a bit smaller of a goaltender, and I'm a bit larger frame of a goaltender. So we kind of like go through different scenarios on the ice of, what he would do in this scenario and then how I would usually play it, and kind of come to a conclusion that way. So it's pretty cool, the relationship that we've developed over the season. And I'm really looking forward to, furthering that relationship with him and keep getting better.
Did you watch much of or follow along much of NHL free agency kicking off today? It's certainly a busy day for all the teams.
Yeah, a lot of goalies were moved around today, I saw, and I think that was pretty cool. And Minnesota is doing a lot of stuff too, and that's awesome for the organization. And yeah, it's been super crazy with all the free agency and the trades going on, but it's been good so far.
Wild fans, don't forget IowaWild.com for all the latest news. The full schedule is out. Season ticket holder information, the re-signings like Cody McLeod, Bryce Misley, Kyle Rowell, names that Wild fans will know, and then a lot of players that Minnesota added from other organizations that certainly are exciting and could spend time at Iowa. potentially this upcoming season. Again, iowawild.com for all that information. All right, the more you know with Joe, it's our official questionnaire. The questions are the same for all the victims. Have you watched any of these episodes yet, Jonesy?
I have not, unfortunately. I have not watched any of the episodes, but I have heard about them.
All right, well, I won't take it personally. And we'll dive right into it. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. A very important non-questionnaire question is your love for music and playing the guitar. Yeah. Is the axe anywhere nearby?
I do have a couple downstairs. Got my, they're all put away right now, but I got the couple downstairs. I got my piano and my drums downstairs as well. But yeah, all my musical stuff is all downstairs. And then I actually kept some of my guitars. I brought 2 guitars up to Iowa. So I have a couple guitars still sitting in Iowa in a storage unit for when the season starts back up, and I have to haul a couple up there. So if somebody was if I was right now, play a song, what would you play? Honestly, you could just tell me what to play. I've played for quite a while now. I've played since I was 13 years old. So I kind of know the ins and outs of acoustic guitar, still trying to get a lot better electric guitar, but I could sit at a campfire. I've done it many times where people just play this, and then I just Google it on my phone. And I don't know. I think that's the kind of the gift that I have that other people struggle with a little bit. When people try to pick up a guitar and try to play something, they don't get it as quickly as I might. And I think that's just the musical, I might have a musical gift in that way, where it's just I understand how music flows, and I have good rhythm and stuff like that. A lot of people that I've tried to teach guitar, they struggle with that. Even Cody McLeod, like you were saying, last season we did a lot in the building that we lived in. I was always going up to his apartment building and trying to teach him how to play guitar. And he got a lot better during the season. But I mean, if I was to play one song, it'd probably just be country music, probably Luke Combs or Luke Bryan, whatever you would want to hear. But other than that, yeah, I get pretty wide variety with music.
Else the TikTok page or whatever it would be in that word. Obviously I don't have TikTok. I don't know if it'd be your TikTok story, your TikTok profile, what you would call it. I'm dating myself here, of course. But I know I've seen you do a lot of musical stuff on there.
Yeah, I've done. I've tried to expand it a bit into my platform and my brand on social media. I mean, that's kind of the challenge that I found with being a professional athlete, is try not to always have hockey stuff all over your profiles. And I like to expand and kind of show people more personable side, and they can connect with you that way. And I've had a lot of people reach out to me with comments saying how cool that is, where it's just they're some people are pretty interested in the personal side of hockey players. And I mean, Matt Duchene's a good example where he has a musical side as well, and he can sing a little bit. So I mean, I try to implement that into my social media, and so people can have a certain look on what I kind of do outside of hockey. So
fans, don't forget Facebook Live. If you want to drop a comment or a question, I'll try and get to them. Pending I can find them, which is a week-to-week struggle. All right, let's get to the official questionnaire with Hunter Jones, the Wild goaltender. One of 13 questions here to kick things off would be, if you had the opportunity to join any band, who would you choose and why? And they don't have to be a current band.
Oh, they don't have to be a current band. Man, that's hard. There's a lot of great bands. I think I would probably wow. I think I would probably be a part of the Tragically Hip, a Canadian band from Kingston. Love their music. I went to go see those guys live in Kitchener right before he got diagnosed with the cancer that he died with. But great band. I would love to just I wouldn't even want to be a part of it. I would just shake a tambourine or something. That'd be great to just be on stage with those guys.
What sport would you play if you weren't playing hockey?
I would be a professional golfer, or probably professional golfer, lacrosse player, or basketball player. Those are my top 3, I would say. Height for basketball, I'm not bad at basketball, and I'm getting a lot better at golf. I'm shooting low 70s now, which is almost close to scratch golf. And what was my other one? Lacrosse. I played lacrosse growing up. So I'm pretty good at lacrosse. I played forward as a lacrosse player, and I scored a lot of goals in my lacrosse career before turning it all into hockey.
And turning into a goaltender.
Yeah, exactly. The complete opposite.
Yeah. A lot of similarities to lacrosse and hockey. It's growing in Iowa, but where I'm from outside of Philadelphia, it's a huge sport. And I had a lot of family members that played. But what did you see similarity-wise, lacrosse and hockey?
I just found that, I mean, for a goaltender, in the summertime, it was great for me to kind of have that athleticism to be able to, keep up as a forward, whether it was sprinting or even like the side shuffles on defense. Like, it's great for like lateral movement, and it's a great workout, very physical game. But I think that's a good like similarity to basketball and lacrosse. I find is pretty easy. Like whenever I go pick up basketball with my friends, like I'm usually pretty good on defense and kind of know how to like run plays because I've experienced that a little bit in lacrosse. And I just think like any type of sport that you can kind of correlate with hockey, it's going to be beneficial towards your game and with hockey.
What's the first thing you would do in a zombie apocalypse?
Probably like get a group together, like try to get a group. Like I wouldn't like panic. I mean, obviously you're going to panic. That's a tough situation, but like, I mean, I'd probably get like a group of friends and then maybe go to like a grocery store first, but that might be havoc. Maybe get some weapons first. I don't know. Let's hope that never happens.
Get back to me on that. Text me.
Oh, yeah, I will.
Favorite smell?
Favorite smell? Probably fresh cut grass. People like are allergic to that, but I don't have an allergy I don't have any allergies really. So like I love it when you hear like where you smell like some fresh cut grass. Like that's why I love golfing in the mornings, because you get on the course and you smell like the grass in the air and stuff like that. But I also love, like, I think I saw this on the page a couple of weeks ago where Damien was saying he loves the smell of the rink after the Zamboni comes off the ice. You can smell the propane from the Zamboni. I think that's really cool too. I'd never really thought about it like that until I read that. I was like, that is true. I love the smell of like coming into the rink in the morning. Like it's like you smell like the clean jerseys, like from coming out of the wash, and you go look at the ice. I think that's really awesome.
Most used app on your phone?
Probably probably Snapchat and the Weather Network, because I'm always on the weather now. Well, I'm on the Weather Network a lot right now because I always check like every hour if I can golf or not. Like in the summertime, like I'm always looking at the radar. So the summertime app is the Weather Network, but in the winter, probably like Snapchat, staying in touch with my friends a lot.
Are you getting good with figuring out the radar and watching the time lapse and all that stuff?
Well, that's what people don't understand. I found this out a couple of days ago, or not a couple of days, probably like a couple of weeks ago, where like when it says that it's like a 60% chance of rain, it's like it's 100% chance it's going to rain, but only 60% of the people that live in that area are going to get rain. Like that's what that means apparently. So I was like, okay, so like if it's going to rain, and then that changes by the second too. So like now we're talking about rain.
The storm might be in a certain part of Brantford.
Right. So if it's like a 50% chance in Brantford, that means only 50% of the population in Brantford will get rain, quote unquote.
I like it. What superpower would you have if you could choose?
I think I would take Spider-Man's superpowers. I really like Spider-Man's my favorite superhero, so I think I would take his superpowers.
Ever think about putting him on your mask?
I don't know how I'd correlate that. I've always done with my helmets a lot of matching, like to my pads and stuff, and like with the team. Like I thought my second helmet last year matched my pads really well, and then the green jerseys, I thought I looked really good. But like I feel like that would be a cool element to kind of like that would be cool maybe to like implement like a little Easter egg, something in like the background or something like that. Like have like Spider-Man. I've always had like music notes in the back of my helmet. And then I had a little Easter egg. Usually my back plate's the Easter egg, like the cool little hidden gems. Like I had the music notes I had the music notes, and then a cancer ribbon on the back from my one coach, and that I had growing up. And then on the right side of my helmet, I had the Field of Dreams, like the sign, because it was filmed in Iowa. And I was like, I think that was pretty cool because that's a great movie, Kevin Costner.
Yeah, it ties right in with the well, they're going to be playing there pretty soon, the White Sox and the Yankees at the Field of Dreams. Take a look. I want to say it was John Casey, Fred Brathwaite, somebody in the 90s for the St. Louis Blues did a lot of the music notes on their helmet. You might want to Google that mask and check it out. No context here. What's the last text you sent?
The last text I sent was to my girlfriend asking if she's coming over later.
All right. That's better than last week where it was asking mom for dinner. That's what Matt Boldy was asking.
Bold.
Favorite sandwich?
Favorite sandwich? I think it would be a close one between like a chicken club and like a meatball sub.
Two very different sandwiches, but I appreciate both of them. What's the best type of cheese?
I think like it depends on what it is. Like I'm a big fan of like provolone. Like provolone's good. Like Havarti cheese is good. Like I like a little spice in the cheese if we're like getting crazy in the cheese game.
All right. If you had to be transformed into an animal, who are you choosing and why?
Like what animal am I choosing?
Yeah.
I don't even know. These are tough. Like these are kind of tough questions. I think like I gotta be on land. I'd probably be like a tiger because a tiger or like a cheetah. Like cheetahs are quick. Like I don't want to say something dumb like a giraffe because I'm tall, but like tigers is like I look like a giraffe, but I don't want to be one. Like, you know, I'd rather just, like no one's gonna go after a tiger, and like a cheetah, I could just outrun somebody, or I could just run to kill somebody. Like, not somebody, but something like an animal, not a cold-blooded killer.
Yeah, we don't need you being a cheetah that's attacking people out in the streets of Brandon.
No, that's not good.
By the way, stick tap to the marketing team for these questions. I wish I could take credit, but I can't.
I know.
$7 at the grocery store, Hunter Jones. What are you buying?
I'm buying. Man, I think I'm gonna buy maybe like a Red Bull. That might be like $4 or $5, and then maybe like I don't know. Like if I'm just trying to get a snack at a convenience store or a grocery store, I'll probably get like a Red Bull and like a chocolate bar, or maybe like some Twizzlers. Oh, Twizzlers are my favorite candy. I love Twizzlers.
You eat them on the bus rides?
Occasionally. I don't want to get in trouble from the coaches or get chirped from the boys about eating candy on the bus. I didn't want to get into that.
So you were sneaking them.
I was sneaking. I was always drinking the low sugar stuff, and I was sneaking the candy sometimes.
I love it. What's the last book you read?
The last book I read was I actually had a couple books that I was reading at the same time. I was reading the book called Showtime that was based on the Peterborough Petes. It was written about the Peterborough Petes and their season. They went it was like to one of their OHL championships. And then I was also reading the Curtis Joseph book. It was my parents gave me that as a Christmas present one year, and it was autographed by him. They went to a signing and they got him to autograph it and kind of personalized the intro page. So it was pretty cool in that way. But those are my last two books I think I ever read.
Awesome. How do you find it reading multiple books at the same time?
I mean, I don't do a lot of reading just because I have to actually get like some reading glasses. Like I have a tough time reading for a long time because my eyes get kind of strained from the small font. But like, it doesn't mean my eyes are bad at all. Like I have great vision, but like, it's just like when I read for a long amount of time, it hurts my eyes. So I need to just get some glasses if I want to read for a long, like I could probably read a chapter, a couple chapters and be fine. But if I'm reading for like 30 minutes, like it's like, I can't do that. So I was always just reading like chapter to chapter, a couple chapters at a time on the bus to kind of kill some time here and there. But I found it pretty interesting. Like I was more or less using the Curtis Joseph book for like a mental kind of goalie book. Like he's thinking like goalie talks a lot about stuff like that in that book, his challenges and stuff like that. And then the Showtime book was just kind of cool because obviously I was playing for the Petes at the same time I was reading it, and just kind of getting a cool little perspective of like, just like a writer being on the same, being on a team bus and just capturing the moment. So it was pretty cool.
Describe in 5 words what hockey means to you.
5 words what hockey means to me. I mean, it's going to be, I don't even know if that's going to be 5
It doesn't
words,
have to be a sentence. A lot of the guys have sort of struggled with putting it into a sentence, so they've just used words to describe the game.
To describe the game, I would just say that I love the game. Like I would say I have the love for the game. If that's my 5 words, I have love for the game. I think it's pretty unique what we get to do every day. And I really like got a cool kind of perspective on, my lifestyle this last season. Like I was playing junior hockey before, and it was just kind of like you're playing junior with the boys. And then now like you're at the pro level, and like, it's a privilege to be, where you are and what you're doing. And like, it's still a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, but at times it can be stressful, and you have your peaks and valleys, but like you love playing. I mean, that's the reason why Cody McLeod, is coming back. I was talking to him a lot during the end of the season. I was like, like, are you happy with, hanging the skates up? And he was like, I am happy with hanging the skates up, but I love playing. He's like, I love to compete. And like, I hope by the time that I get to where Cody's age is, that I still have that drive, because he's a great human being. Like I love being around him. You never would have thought that like a 36-year-old man would be hanging out with a 20-year-old kid. But like, it's like, we had lots of talks during this season about, his time in the NHL and, my struggles a bit during the season. And he was a great, role model, and a lot of conversations we had were helpful towards me, getting better mentally and then eventually onto the ice. Very
well said. Salt of the earth human, Cody McLeod. I'm not surprised to hear that at all. So thanks for sharing that anecdote. You're off the hook, Jonesy. That's The More You Know with Joe, featuring Hunter Jones. The questionnaire is complete. Look forward to seeing you down the line. Glad you enjoyed Des Moines so much, and enjoy the rest of the summer. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Joe.
All right, Wild fans, check him out on all those social media sites. A very talented Hunter Jones, of course, IowaWild.com for more. Next Wednesday, 5:30 Central Time, his battery mate from this year, goaltender Derek Baribeau, will be my guest. Until next time, we'll see you, Jonesy. Take care, bud.
Thanks.